Hi guys and welcome to 100% LCFC. This is a video where I will give you sort of a run through of what happened in the fixture at the weekend and give my sort of opinion on it and my take of it. So obviously headed down to Southampton and got the 3 points on the road, which very good that we can travel to places like that and get the 3 points. But we're going to break it down into a little bit more detail. So in the first half we created a couple of chances, the main one being Maguire Goal's chance in the box that he pulled wide. And we conceded a couple of chances in terms of Vestergaard's header and stuff. But apart from that, it was a very quiet first half and not too much was going on really. At that point, I was thinking, please don't let me have travelled to Southampton for a 0-0 draw. But as we got into the second half, it got a little bit more exciting. And Ryan Bertrand scored his absolutely great goal. I'm going to give that to him. What a strike. But should never have been allowed the amount of room he had on the edge of the box, in my opinion. I think he had to be closed down a bit quicker. And why he was sort of unmarked at that point anyway, it's beyond me. But it was a good strike, but I don't think it was the best defending. But then Demarai Gray, who I thought at this point had been quiet throughout the game really, pops up, gets himself a goal, and we're back on level terms instantly. But the main talking point for me is the Højbjerg red card. Obviously, I was in the away end, so I was right at the other side of the stadium from this. So at the time, I thought it was going to give a penalty, but I watched it back on Match of the Day, and I do think it was simulation and stuff. So I'd completely agree with the decision to send him off, and I'd be saying the same if it was a Leicester player, not just because it's a Southampton player. I've got no time for like simulation and diving and stuff in football. It just ruins the game. So I'm so glad that we saw Højbjerg get a second yellow for that, and ultimately it cost his team any points that he could have got at all. And then as we pushed on towards the end of the game, we were applying a lot of pressure, and then the winner came from Maguire from a long-range strike. It sort of, I don't know how it went in. It went through multiple players, but it found its way into the back of the net, and that was the main thing. So it was a good performance in the second half, I'd say, much better than the first. But the main thing for me is we got the 3 points, and we're sort of starting to build a little bit of a tally, and hopefully can sort of stay at the top half of the table this year. Let's break down each player into, well, each of the main players in a little bit more detail. So for me, Marty, I don't know why we're playing him at right back. I do have a little bit of sympathy for him. He is a centre defensive midfielder, not a right back. He looked out of his depth in that game, and I'd rather see someone like Danny Simpson play there, because at least Danny Simpson is defensively solid at right back, and Marty's just, I don't know, he's just not for me. So I didn't think he was particularly great. Maguire, very good as per usual. And Morgan, I thought, actually had a very good game. I haven't been a huge Morgan fan over the last sort of year or so, but credit where credit's due. I thought Morgan was very good. Chilwell was also, he was getting down the left a lot, but he was also tracking back very hard. So I thought Chilwell, again, he's massively improved. MendyNDD, very good again. I think Mendy was more of a one sort of pressing out, trying to intercept the ball, whereas Ndidi was sitting deep, sort of tackling and winning it back. But it's a partnership that looks like it's going to work very well. It sort of reminds me of the Chelsea partnership a couple of years ago with Kante and Matic. Ndidi being more sort of like Matic, sitting back. I'd say he's a bit more athletic than Matic, but sort of sitting deeper, and then Mendy sort of running around trying to win the ball back. And it looks like it's working very well. And then this is where my main problem comes with the team against Southampton. Pereira. I rate Pereira as a right back. He is not a right midfielder. For a couple of years now, we've known we needed a right back. We bring one in and we play him at right mid. It just makes no sense to me. Once we brought Albrighton on and dropped Pereira back to right back, we actually started creating a lot more, and it was the same against United. So I don't understand why we are playing Pereira at right mid. Very good player as a right back. Let's play him there. And then the two players that I was quite disappointed with was Acho and Maddison. Maddison went missing for periods of the game, but he still did do a couple of decent things. But Acho went missing for the whole game, and I just don't understand sort of how he can be so good at the end of last season, so good during pre-season, start of the season, he just went missing. He was nowhere to be seen. I think he got the ball a couple of times and just gave it away, but I'm not looking forward to the Liverpool game without Vardy. I was quietly optimistic that we could nick a draw or something against them with Vardy. Without them, I really am worried about how bad it could be. But I'm going to try and be optimistic, but it's just when we haven't really got a proper striker, because Acho hasn't proved anything this year in the season. I know he's only played 2 games, but the 2 games he hasn't been great. So I'll always back the lads, but I am worried about it. But let us know what you guys thought about the Southampton game. But anyway, guys, this is the end of the video. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to drop it a like and share it on whatever platform you guys are watching. But anyway, guys, I'm out.